Alright, here we are for some more Tower of God. But before we jump into it, if you could please subscribe. I don't know why I'm begging like that, but sure. It'd be really appreciated because we are very, very close to 300 and I'm going to keep mentioning it until we get there. So yeah, if you could drop a sub, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, like, comment, hit the notification bell, share, all that YouTube good stuff. Anyway, let's just jump right into the chapter. Yeah, chapter 70. We'll only be doing one since they've been bloody long recently, but hey-ho. Resist, the game is ready and the participants are on the field. I forgot how I voiced this guy, so I'm just going to go in with just randomly. Please send me the participants chosen to take part in the game. Oh, fuck it, so listen. Gakjado-sang? Gakjado-sang, a cat tower. I'm not sure where he got this idea, but Army Corps Commander Yasuracha sure knows how to make things interesting. I like it. Have fun, little brother. To be fair, I read that last time, so I didn't actually need to do that. Activate the timer on the teleport device. Set the limit to 10 minutes after 20 turns. If the timer runs out, Jinsang Ha will be sealed in the suspendium. 52nd floor. Gakja Dosang 1. I'm not gonna lie, Evankel looks fucking weird there. Compared to how she normally looks. Is this my map? If you like, I can tell you about your map. Would you like me to? Yes, sure. This map is called Two Choices. What's unique about this map is that it's divided into two main routes. The route shown in red is the jumping route, and the route shown in blue is the safe route. Interesting. Does red even seem shorter? I don't know. We'll see. The safe route allows you to reach your destination while traveling more or less in a straight line, while the jumping route has a jumping stand that allows you to skip ahead to your destination. The jumping stand is right next to your destination, so it allows you to get there more quickly. Yeah, okay, so red is quicker. But you'll have to fight a map boss in a special prison on the same field as the jumping stand. Prisons refer to the cube-shaped prisons. Yep, that makes sense. With enemies in them. When participants pass through a field with a prison in it, they can choose whether or not to fight the enemies. In special prisons, however, they must fight the enemies, and the battle on the special field continues indefinitely, regardless of the number of turns. Plus, the enemies in special prisons are very strong. This map has a limit of 20 turns, so if you don't reach your destination in 20 turns, you fail the game, and you lose the chance to rescue your master. The game is starting soon. Do you understand? Yes. Attention all participants on the field. The first turn is beginning now. The first turn has begun. You may now begin moving, participants. For your information, the cat next to you will help you get around the field. Nice to meet you. Just tell the cat what direction you want to go in and how many squares. However, if there is a prison on the route that you choose, you will stop at the prison. And you have to eliminate all of the enemies in the prison within 10 minutes in order to begin moving right away on your next turn. What happens if I don't beat all the enemies in 10 minutes? Then you'll have to stay there on the next turn, too, which means you lose a turn. If you don't open the prison door, you don't have to fight the enemies, but that also means you'll lose a turn. If you want to reach your destination with a limited number of turns, it's best to fight and defeat the enemies. Now, tell the cat where you want to go and how many squares. Where shall I take you? I want to go 3 squares straight ahead. There is a prison in your way. If you choose not to open the prison and fight the enemies, you will have to stay here for another turn. Would you like to open the prison? Yes. Very well. The prison door is now opening. You may now fight the enemies that come out of the prison. If you beat them in less than 10 minutes, you can continue moving forward right away on your next turn. Otherwise, you'll have to stay here for your next turn too. It's a roar, my man. The fuck are these? Also, very interesting that we've had the same thing, like, reiterated to us about 4 times in a very short amount of time. There are more of them than I expected, but I have to beat them in 10 minutes. Just so you know, elimination means completely killing the enemies. They are not counted as being eliminated if they're still breathing. Go ahead and begin fighting. Charge! Seems like Barn probably won't have a tough time dealing with these things. Or maybe he will? They're stronger than the other enemies. Freedom! We want freedom! Is that their leader? Freedom. They look kind of cool. They're a bit strange, but they do look pretty cool. What's this? It's just a bunch of prisons in a straight line. That's right. This roadmap is a special gift from Yasuracha to you, Lord Yama. It's a special map. All you have to do is eat the enemies in the boxes right in front of you and keep moving forward. There's no need to worry about finding the right way. It's a perfect map for the leader of the knuckle-headed canines. But be careful, not to wear yourself out before you reach Lord Yasuracha. There's no chance of that, dumbass. And don't talk down to me just because I can't see you. I'll kill you too. Hey, Yasuracha! Why don't you fight me man to man instead of making me jump through these ridiculous hoops, you coward? You don't seriously expect me to get tired before I reach you, do you? The first turn has begun. Don't speak too soon. Let's see what you've got. The participants may now begin moving. The game has begun. Would you like to move? Of course I'd like to move. As far ahead as possible. There is a prison in your way. Would you like to open the door? If you choose not to open the prison, you will have to stay here for another turn. Of course I want to open it. Very well. The prison door is now opening. I'll let you in on a little secret, Yama. The enemies in this cage are species I've captured, brainwashed, and dominated. Oh, is this Yasuracha speaking? Just like you canines and hostages. I promise to set them free if they can hold you back for one turn. What? You son of a... Just so you know, this map has a limit of 20 turns. If they delay you by even a single turn, you won't be able to reach me. If the game ends before you get to me, all of the hostages in the cat tower will die automatically. That's not what you said last time, Yasuracha, you fucking sly piece of shit. You've just changed that. That's such a... That expression says fucking so much. It's a question of whether you lose and allow them to go free, or whether you beat them and save your precious canines. Isn't this a fun game? I hid a little present for you along the way too, so give it your best shot. You bastard! I imagine that the present along the way might be a few canines that he has to fight, which will be utter bullshit and, you know, more of Yasuracha bending his agreement that he made. But hey, whatever. Ugh! Come here and fight me for our freedom! Freedom? What are you talking about? Allow me to explain. This is one of the species that was defeated and imprisoned by Lord Yasuracha. If they manage to defeat you, or delay you by one turn in this game, Lord Yasuracha promised to grant them their species freedom. They're fighting you for the sake of their own freedom. What? If you feel sorry for them, you can just let them win, or just waste a turn. It's your choice whether you want to sacrifice your own goal for their freedom, or whether you want to defeat them and move ahead for the sake of your own goal. That's so cruel. The cat tower before the start of the game. Everyone's here. You're all on the top floor of the cat tower. In a moment you will enter the cat tower here and play a game. The game that you will take part in is called Cat and Mouse. Cat and Mouse. Yes, there are several mice running around the cat tower as we speak. Anyone who catches one of those mice may leave the cat tower and teleport to a map on a route of their choice. Since the captains may only move up to 4 turns each... What? Move for up to 4 turns each... Huh? For the sake of maintaining the balance of the game, if you move to a map after catching a mouse, you will be taken to a spot 4 squares away from the captain. I assume that's meant to say 4 spaces a turn, not... You can only move for up to 4 each turn. Each. That's a bit of a weird translation. If the enemy catches a mouse, you will be taken to a random square right next to the captain. But after the 10th turn, you will be sent directly to where the captain is regardless of whether an ally or an enemy kills a mouse. By means of a simple game, the light bearer may communicate with the field and change various game elements in the cat tower's control room. It's connected to the field, so you can go look for it. And as for the spear bearer, they can reach the field's observation platform through the control room. From there, they can throw their spear and try to hit participants on the field. If a participant is hit with a spear, they will be kicked off the field. Since there are a lot of you, for the sake of fairness, the new 4th Army Corps and Martianese minions will be joining the Cat Tower game. The new 4th Army Corps and Martianese minions. I wonder what kind of monsters we'll be up against. This just keeps getting better and better. Now, use your pockets to select the position that you want. Choose carefully. All participants have chosen their positions. You will now be taken to the Cat Tower. Enjoy the game! I should have gotten water before I started recording, so I'm very thirsty now. Inside the Cat Tower. Han Sung-yu. So, this is the Cat Tower, huh? Seeing that I'm all by myself, the Cat Tower itself must consist of several different rooms. I don't see a way out of this room. What's that? It sure looks suspicious. There are 3 more holes on the other side too. They're the same shape but smaller. What are they for? I better try and find Lady Evankel and see where she's headed to. I wish they'd hurry up and start the game already. Find the mice. Find the mice. Squeak squeak. Participants, in order to begin the cat and mouse game, I will open the floodgates in each room. Floodgates? There will be a sudden burst of water, but this is a natural part of the game, so please don't be alarmed. I'd say it's quite hard to not be alarmed. Water keeps pouring out of the floodgates. I don't think the game will start if I just keep waiting around here holding back the water. You said the water is a natural part of the game, so maybe I'm supposed to let the water carry me through one of the holes on that wall? I don't like the idea of letting the water carry me away, but I don't have a choice. White doesn't care. Thank you for participating in the Cat Tower game. You must each find and kill a mice in a place where the water carries you. However, please keep in mind, is the game finally starting now? That there are not only allies in the Cat Tower. I'm so glad you're my first opponent, Blondie. A feline. This is gonna be fun. This game isn't off to a good start. Another part of the Cat Tower. White. I can't believe I had to get my feet wet. What a rude place. I better not stay here for too long. Is that a mouse? I guess I'm supposed to kill that mouse in order to reach the field. Great. Looks like I'll be able to get out of here sooner than I thought. No, who is this? I can't tell what they look like. I can't believe you're the first enemy I encountered in the Cat Tower. It's truly an honor, Lord White. Hey, I don't know who you are, but keep it down. You'll scare away the mouse. Division Commander of the new 4th Army Corps, Lopobia Yorayo. I'm so grateful to get to talk to you like this right before your death. Who is this nuisance? I think we'll have lots to talk about, don't you? I knew it seemed too easy. Is that right? Well, I don't really have anything to say to you. I'm only talking. The only talking I'm going to do is with my sword. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Division Commander Yorayo. I work for Lord Liboric, the commander of the new 4th Army Corps. Good for you. I don't care. Let me propose something before you fight. What? Would you like to team up with us temporarily? Team up with you? What do you mean? You already have all the power you want. There's no point in staying here in this war any longer. If you help us with the game, I'll help you get out of here safely. So, you're saying, if I let you have this mouse, you'll let me leave this war safely? That's right. The Army Corps commander always keeps his promises. So you don't have to worry. I feel like that's a lie. I think I'll pass. I still have some unfinished business here. Unfinished business? Yeah, I'm waiting for my last feast. And I don't intend to leave this place, this war, until then. Last feast. And I don't want to team up with anyone. I either make them surrender, or I devour them. Some have thought of me as a leader and followed me. But I'm actually a predator by nature. So no one has ever stayed by my side until the end. Too bad. I thought I might be able to reason with you. I told you. I'm not interested in talking. Then you leave me no choice. We'll just have to settle this right now. He was after me, not the mouse. Did you think you could catch the mouse before I caught you? Or did you think my sword couldn't cut you? Whatever it was. That was very foolish of you. The fact he's holding, like, the slash is really kind of cool. I simply thought I could block your blade whenever I wanted. Does that make me a fool? I'm not sure. I might change my mind if you can block this next move too. I'm impressed you managed to grab my sword with your bare hands. You're definitely no ordinary goblin. That's right. I'm somewhat different from humans. What do you mean? Although the tower's laws are absolute for humans, I'm sure you're aware that they are slightly more lenient towards other species. For example, if a human doesn't pass a test, they can't enter the inner level. But objects certainly can. My commander and the workshop took that as a hint to mean that they could mix human and non-human beings to create beings that are both human and somewhat different from humans. Maybe they could create humans who defy the laws of the tower, like objects, machines, or animals. So they did some research, and as a result, we were born. We're not perfect, but we fall slightly outside the limits of the tower's laws. I, in particular, was created using all kinds of capturing items in the tower, which means the usual law that Arie's sword cannot be beaten doesn't affect me at all. I'm like your natural enemy. So you're basically saying, just an experiment of those inferiority complex made, that an inferiority complex made to comfort themselves. Almost every single one of the guys like you I've run into before has been a failed experiment. Would you like to try and find out? Let's see whether or not a failure like me can defeat you and that sword of yours. Well, this won't be boring at least. Alright, and that is the chapter for today. I hope you enjoyed. Comment your thoughts and such. And with that said, I've been Animosity. You've been you. And I'll catch you all next time for another video. Ta-ta. Bye now.